comes to me every 2 months and this is how much she spends. I said, what? He said, women like you, okay, at the time I had dreadlocks. So he's like, women like you that want to look good and want to feel good will pay to look good. And he said, because of her, I have at least 10, 15 women like her that come in my shop and spend that type of money. So COVID or not, I will be coming to work I will be coming to work.
That's the sort of customers that you're aiming for.
Yeah.
You know, those who can make your life easy. You don't want your life easy. I don't want to be here arguing with somebody. Like, I'm doing my haircut right. I say, okay, I charge £12 or I charge £17 and somebody's coming there, they want to pay me less. I said to them, look, I've been in this trade for since 1997.
Yeah.
So almost 28 years or something like that. So how much you think I'm worth now?
Exactly.
In the same job. Imagine yourself sat in the same job for so long. Will you be happy keeping the same wage all that time? No.
Of course it has to
it has to change. It has to increase. So people do understand that, but they don't want to pay. Still, they still want to negotiate.
Exactly.
So of course you will lose customers, but some people advocate that you should lose all those bad ones and recruit more good ones. You see what I mean? Eventually, that's what you're gonna end up doing. You have to replace all the dead, you know, it's like a tree regenerating the dead leaves and replace it with the new leaves and stuff.
Definitely.
And remove on. That's just the process of life. People are looking for betterment now. Customers, like I've noticed, the black customers, they are faithful to a low price most of the time than the person or the style or what you got to offer. They don't really, they pretend they care about what you offer. That's why they're there. But in fact, they care more about how cheap you are. So the prices.
But then if you want to pay cheap, then you're going to get cheap.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get. It's not going to.
However, there are people who don't have two standards, so they'll only offer you a good job.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to do, you know, like do it halfway or do it bad.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So this is your only son?
No, I've got two.
Okay, you got an older one.
He's in London, but he's in HMP.
Okay. So you said the best thing that you've done is moving away from London.
I had to leave London due to my ex-partner, he in domestic violence.
Okay.
And my best friend lives up here.
I don't want to be spending too much time in Mossad. No, Mossad is different.
No.
Mossad is different now.
I've never actually been to Mossad. That was the first time I went to Mossad.
Yeah, we used to go Mossad for the car clash. People used to go there and bring those cars with all the gadgets in and play music like bashing and music back in the days. That's 2004. 2005, 2006, It was madness. Nowadays, people don't do car clash because car manufacturers are making good enough sound systems, so you don't need to kind of bring all these extra stuff in a car and use your space for. People used to have a daft speakers in the car. Like, you can't fit anything in that car. You know,
that was like London.
You can't fit anything else in that car anymore. Well, no, cars are coming well equipped nowadays, and the technology has progressed so much. They used to smash people's cars just to steal the thing you play.
The players.
Yeah, but nowadays it's worth nothing. It's gone completely. So yeah, we used to go there for the car class. Princess Road, Great Western Street. Great Western Street. It used to be all Caribbean Mossad before. So some people have moved there out of there because of the gun violence and the crime, the knife crime. A lot of the gangs, they've been kind of dismantled in a way, but it's not as it used to be. It's safer now. Why is it safer? Because there's some other communities that have come there, like the Somalian.
But even like when I went up for the carnival, I went into the one and only shop that actually allowed me to use their toilet was a Somalian shop.
Yeah. So you have a lot of Somalians that have invaded the place, have come there, and they've changed.
But then it was them that was fighting.
They've changed the dynamic.
Yeah.
They've changed the dynamic a little bit.
Because
you can mess with people, but you don't really mess with Somalians.
No,
right?
in London they're not nice people.
Because they've seen violence. They know violence. They know war.
Yeah.
So They're not scared of killing somebody. So.
And do you know what I noticed with them as well? A lot of them that have come here have westernized themselves to our ways, the way we live, but some have still stuck to their old. Like we knew. Like, let me give you an example. We met a really lovely couple. About 6 months into knowing them, they were getting married, and then it wasn't until the day before the wedding that my mum's house was set upon by the bride's brother, and it turned out that the couple that were getting married was uncle and niece, and the brother was adamant that his sister was not marrying her uncle. He said if we was in Somalia, fair enough, they can do that because that's what we accept in Somalia. But we're in England and we are westernized Somalians, and English people don't marry their family. So he was very adamant that it wasn't going to happen, and the only way he saw, I don't know, was violence.
Okay.
And it was horrible. And that's why I look at them people very differently now, because you don't have to pull out knives and guns and to resolve things. You'd rather kill your sister than sit her down or take her away from your uncle. You'd rather make her lose her life. And that's what he was prepared to do. And it just made me look at them very differently. Like, I understand that the lifestyle that they've lived in their country, but this is England. England isn't Somalia. You don't have to pull out a gun. Call the police. There are other ways of dealing with things. Violence isn't always the way. And I've realised that, like I said, I fled from a domestic violence relationship. I was with a man from the Caribbean, and his way of thinking, compared to me as an English person, they think very differently.
Okay.
It's not nice. Very small-minded.
You've been to the Caribbean?
That's where I'm from. That's where my parents are from. I've been going back and forth since I was 13. I've been to the majority of the islands.
Okay. I need to visit that part of the world.
I'll tell you, if you enjoy Carnival, my island is the best island, Grenada.
Grenada.
Spice Mass.
So you guys have you don't have a festival like this in London? Like the carnival, this carnival that we have here?
Yeah, Notting Hill Carnival. Notting Hill
Carnival.
Carnival.
Notting Hill, yeah, that's the big brother. That's the big.
Yeah.
The big thing.
It's a bit. Apart from Brazil.
It's a little bit like
apart from Brazil and Trinidad.
It's a little bit like this music festival. What do they call it again? Glastonbury.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a little bit like that in terms of.
But shows. It's free. It's for 2 days and it's for free.
Oh.
Whereas Glastonbury, you got to buy tickets.
Yeah. Expensive tickets.
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to join a band, then it will cost you, because then you buy your costume and you participate with the band. Okay. But if not, then you just dress up and you go. And in Grenada, we got a thing called Jab, which is from, oh wow. Basically, years ago, it was the French that took over our island, and those that didn't want to be captured by the French killed themselves.
Okay.
And those that didn't, they become
French citizen?
No, they not French citizens, because as much as they came and took over our island, they didn't dominate it like that. But they obviously changed the name and whatnot. And a lot of the Grenadians that were there, they did take their own lives. There's a big, massive leap. It's a cliff, but it's named because that's where a lot of the Carib jumped and ended their lives. There's a lot of history, yeah.
Who was demanding a restoration? Was it the Grenadian? Like there was a prime minister of one country there that was demanding the UK to pay.
Well, the UK, Grenada belongs to England. Grenada is an English country.
It's not.
It's not independent.
It's not independent.
No, it's still got the Queen's face on their money. As much as they say they're independent, no, they're not independent. We've still got.
So they have their own money, but with the Queen's face on it.
No, they don't. They use Eastern Caribbean dollar, which has got the Queen's money, the Queen's face on it. They're not an independent. The only.
To have 2 children.
Yeah.
Is it not free? Is it not free?
No, the government here are only paying you for having 2 children. I've got 5 children.
Right.
And when the law came into it,
They cut.
just as he was born.
Right.
So if I would have waited to have him, that I wouldn't have got nothing for him. But I got just as he was. Yeah, it changed just as he was born.
Yeah, China, they are too many in their country. That's why they
But
have
they
to
kill the
limit.
baby. Those that are extra, they kill them. They go and put them in houses on the top of a hill and just leave them to die. That's horrible.
They put them where?
They're like big barns that have got high chairs and cots in there. Like for instance, say I gave birth to my third child, I knew that the family or the country wouldn't accept this third child, but I've still bought it.
But don't they give it to people who don't want to adopt them?
If that's if you can find someone, but if not, then they leave them in this house and they go to this house once a month and clear out all the dead bodies and put new ones in there. It's horrible. Very horrible. But each country has got their ways and their how they deal with things. I don't know.
Okay, this is you sorted, ready for that school tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? When is he going?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay. New school, yeah?
Yeah.
New friends.
He was going to school down here in Ashton, but
Okay.
because we live in Ducky, he's going to school in Ducky, him and his sisters. Now I've got to go up and go and braid my daughter's hair, both of their hairs for school tomorrow.
Okay.
You look normal again. Where should I pay at the till?
You can pay here. You pay card of course?
Card. Hopefully it stopped raining now. I'm gonna mess up my hair, man.
Yeah, very fine hair.
Do you know why? Because I had dreadlocks for 12 years.
Oh,
And the dreadlocks thinned out all the front of my hair. That's why I had to get rid of them. My locks were like down here when I cut them, but they started breaking a lot here. So I cut all the hair off, short like his, and grew it back. But this is never restored.
So, you're going to have dreadlocks again?
No, because my scalp can't handle it. That's why I was looking at your wigs. I wanted to cut my hair into a pixie style. My daughter said, "Are you mad? Mum, it took you 2 years to get your length like this. Go and get a wig." So now I'm looking for a pixie wig.
Oh, pixie wig. We can get you one. We don't have much wigs here. I'm focusing on other things on there,
Yeah.
but we'll get round to
But I was thinking I might actually make one. I used to do all of these years ago, years before I had my children. Like 25 years ago, me and my friends used to sit there and get the mannequins, get the wig cap, and we used to make our own wig caps. And then I had children and they just took over my life. And now I'm a granny and they've just took over my life.
He doesn't understand.
But hopefully October, end of September, October, I'm going to uni. So that's me getting my life back.
Which uni are you going to? MMU or?
No, Global in Piccadilly.
Or is it like an online?
No, I have to attend twice a week.
Okay.
It's called Global Banking. No, not Global Banking. Global Banking's. Is it GBS?
And you have 3 years?
4 years.
4 years. Then you'll be fully qualified.
So I graduate when I turn 50. And then I'm hoping to emigrate, leave this country and go
Are you
and
going to
open up.
Australia?
No, I want to go to America.
Canada?
No, I don't know. But I want to go to, I want to get out of the UK. I need to save these 3 youngest. From my second son ended up in prison and the charges that he's on, I've got to save these kids.
So you think it's the country? Do you think America is safer? I think the UK is safer. My mom lives in America there, but she feels safer here.
Really?
Then in America you can be at a barber shop like this. Someone comes there and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, but that's just like in London though. The amount of times I've been in barber shops and people have run in and stabbed up someone while he's getting his hair cut. It's like, what the hell is going on? That was one of the reasons why I started growing my hair with locks, because there was too many things happening in the barber shops. You want to pay cash? You want to pay cash? I've got cash. I swear you got a new one. The last time I came in, you were sending one of those back.
Yeah, I know. But all this one, it's a new one. This one meant to be good, but for the moment it's bothering me. I'll turn it off with that. See if it breaks now. It was not charged.
Okay.
It was not charged, so we're going to do it over there.
This is why you need a lady in the shop, because as you're shutting up, she's going to be like, nope, let me check that everything's on the charge, let me check that everything's turned off.
Men and women, see, I asked a guy, it was a guy asking me. The grass is not, yeah, the grass is not necessarily green on the side. Let's talk about the grass. You know, there's more and more, there's more. Right. Is Dome. That's the hair doctors. 1868 Stamford Street Central. Ashton on the line. 0167LR. You can book on 077 077 again 24158.